A huge WWE announcement, plus we're going to talk about a huge TNA announcement, and we're going to talk about a huge WWE NXT crossover, which, by the way, I am super excited about. It seems like that partnership between NXT and their TV deal with CW is actually leading to some great opportunities. What an interesting day for professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it right here on the Ango Show. All right, guys, we're going to kick things off with TNA. TNA has announced a new major fundraiser for Chris Bay on Thursday, April 17th, and there's a breakfast Q&A with the Hardys. And I like promoting stuff like this, honestly. I love something like this. Chris Bay is a wonderful talent. We all know, we're all very aware of his injury, being paralyzed, and I think he's setting up a wonderful comeback story. And he is set to make an appearance at the breakfast Q&A with the Hardys. Seems like TNA is learning from WWE. April 17th at 10 a.m. All the donations, all the proceeds, everything from TNA with this event will go to Chris Bay as he makes his recovery. And I just think this is fascinating. I think this is really cool. I think this is really positive. This is the kind of stuff that you want to see being done in pro wrestling. Especially really with Chris Bay and his situation. He got injured in Detroit the day after Bound for Glory. And dude, it was such a ugly injury and sad injury. And this guy has so much promise and so much of a future. And to see the wrestling industry kind of, come together and support him, it's been wonderful to see. But what's even better, in my opinion, at least, is the fact that we have seen TNA really support him and promote him and everything, as you can imagine. And I think that's really the main takeaway that I have here. That's the right move. And, to see them do this, I genuinely believe is a good thing. We saw what happened with FSW. Now we're seeing it with TNA. The wrestling industry coming together, this is just wonderful. And that also makes me just want to talk a little bit about Chris Bay. Before the injury, Chris Bay was my guy who I was saying could very well break off and become a very big singles act. And he's done such a great job with Ace Austin. And I love them as a tag team. And I wish both of them continue to tag team. But not if, but when Chris Bay returns, when he is able to wrestle again, I very much look forward to him being on my screen. And TNA supporting him just makes it even better.
Now would be the best time to remind you that we have a major goal to hit 100,000 subscribers. Over 40% of the viewers who watch this channel are not subscribed. Please click subscribe if you enjoy staying educated on everything with wrestling news.
All right, and that brings us to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. NXT's Trick Williams is crossing over into the big screen. According to Variety, Trick Williams is set to appear in the Season 7 finale of the popular football drama All-American. He will be portraying the role of Eddie Blair, who is the athletic director at South Crenshaw High. And interestingly enough, this actually isn't his first time on the show. He was actually an extra several seasons ago. I believe Season 3. Apparently, he played the kicker. So this is cool, man. This is a very big success story for the CW. The CW has really just maximized the show very well. I actually watched All-American for the first few seasons back when I was watching more television. Now I only just really watch wrestling, or sports. But this is huge, man. This is one of the top guys in NXT landing a role on a very big show with the CW. This is one of their biggest shows that they have. It's a very, very popular show. It's the only fully scripted show left on the CW, by the way, because the show has really gone towards really like more sports and stuff. We're seeing them do stuff with, racing and NCAA and things of that nature. This is great. And the fact that they keep it going is just really, really awesome. Interestingly enough, the series is made by Warner Bros. So that's pretty interesting to think about, considering that WWE, CW, the CW has a minor ownership of Warner Brothers. But of course, Warner Brothers also owns AEW. So Yeah, just kind of like a little fun fact, man. Trick Williams, I don't know. I've said this the other day. I was kind of criticizing him being pushed as a heel or like a tweener. This guy to me is a certified top babyface in WWE. Now he's getting acting roles. And on top of that, there's going to be, I'm sure NXT will promote All American when it airs. And I'm pretty sure you'll see NXT commercials when it airs. So that's just a big win for WWE, but it's also a big win for the CW. And for them to identify, like, hey, this guy is great. Let's put him on the screen. Let's put him on a show. Like, there's a lot of opportunities with wrestling companies and their TV partners, right? And I don't think that gets talked about enough. Maybe I don't even talk about it enough. But you have guys in AEW who have a TV partner that's amazing. Warner Bros. Discovery, from time to time, should probably utilize some AEW guys in a movie. And that's another way to cross promote. And I think that would be really cool. So this is awesome news for Trick Williams. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to see how it goes, and I will definitely tune in. And that brings us to our final topic, ladies and gentlemen, the WWE Hall of Fame. There's been rumors of who's going to be in the Hall of Fame, but now it's official. The legacy inductions have been revealed, and it does include Kamala, Dory Funk Sr., and let's just call it what it is. I don't know why I accidentally did that, but let's see what I just, I don't know if you guys could see my live edits, but Dory Funk Sr., Ivan Koloff, and Kamala are all being inducted into the Legacy Edition. That was probably a very awkward part of this video, but the show goes on. Either way, WWE has finally made the announcement. They're being part of the Legacy inductions. WWE has been very, very interesting about the Hall of Fame this year. And really, my question to you guys is, are you actually interested in the Hall of Fame? I don't know if I like this format for the Hall of Fame. I genuinely don't know. But I do like the idea of people being inducted. And all three of these guys, you guys are very well aware of who they are. Being legacy inductions is great. WWE, why Kamala was put here, I don't know. Why was he considered a legacy induction instead of the regular one? Because there was talks of him being like a regular inductee. I don't know. But I'm just kind of pointing that out there. I'm just kind of throwing it out there. My point that I'm making, though, is the Hall of Fame is very interesting. I think there's a lot of stuff going on at WrestleMania weekend. I would definitely like to see a change to the format of it somehow. Doesn't look like that will be happening, which is a little unfortunate. But you can't please everyone. So we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching.